Alrighty, we have another response to another Riker-ish poll. And this one is...
Which one is the coolest Klingon? Spelled Kool.
Word.
And these are your choices. Martok, Worf, Kurn, or B'Elanna.
Alright, so
first... Out of this list.
So...
And there's 3 pretty cool Klingons.
Hold on, I have a call on the play.
Okay.
Alright.
Flag on the field.
Yes, or whatever other sports analogy you need. Are they talking about Martok when he was a changeling? When it was the changeling one, or just after the prison camp where he lost an eye?
I would imagine actual Martok.
Okay, because that's probably pretty badass to lose an eye.
Yeah.
And still be alive.
Dude, Martok was the shit.
He's just like Chang.
Very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chang with the eye patch that was nailed to his face.
To his skull.
Nailed into his fucking... It was killer, man.
So, I really like Martok. I like the actor.
Yes.
He's been in a lot of Star Trek, but you have to find him. He was in The Emissary.
Yeah.
As the Vulcan captain of the Saratoga. Was that Sisko's ship?
Yeah.
Because it was actually the model from Star Trek 2 that they just put a different name on it.
Right, just put different registry numbers on it. Yeah.
But they used the same model.
But it was the same
model as the Reliant.
Right. And it was because it was the same class of ship.
Which the class of ship was?
There's no problem reusing those.
Yeah, what was the class of ship?
God, the Reliant was
it was a
God damn it! Why'd you do that to me?
Because I
wasn't ready for that.
Okay, all right. Let that go. So I actually used to know this.
It'll probably come to us.
Yeah. Anyway,
tell us in the comments.
Yeah, tell us
what class of ship was the Reliant?
So he is super cool.
Yes.
Even though they did do a mix up that he said he with no shame that he would weep like an old woman because he never thought he'd get on a Klingon ship again.
Yeah.
Star Trek 6 says Klingons don't have tear ducts. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Weeping doesn't necessarily mean you have tears running down your face. I mean, you can still have that emotional
problem
state you're in, and you're crying. Okay. If they don't have tears, they don't have tears. But that doesn't mean they can't cry.
Oh my God! I knew you'd find a lawyer way around it.
Hey, man,
lawyer ball. Fuck.
All right. I can rationalize almost anything, man. And if I can't, then we have a problem.
Right?
I mean, I can suspend my disbelief pretty fucking far, man.
So,
but okay, Martok's up there. He's a contender.
Okay, we're just gonna go through them, and then we're gonna talk about other things too, because
we got some stuff to talk about with this one. Yeah.
All right. So the next one,
Worf. So Worf was cooler when he went over to DS9.
Yeah, because he was kind of
he stood up in Jadzia. I mean,
that was wrong. That was wrong on so many levels.
But I mean, that put him pretty up a few notches on the coolness.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't. That was bad Klingon. And he was still a pussy. He's always been a pussy.
No way is he the coolest.
No,
he was pretty cool, but not the coolest.
No, hold on, wait. He's one of the most uptight motherfuckers I've ever seen, and especially for a fucking Klingon.
Yeah, to stick so far up his butt.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah,
he was so anal about every little shit thing.
Like I would see if.
And the thing is, he knew more about Klingon culture than most Klingons.
But he was a nerd.
But it was all book learning. He didn't live any of it. He was a total nerd.
Yeah. Although the skull creature that he always fought.
Yeah.
That was always cool. I wish they had made a toy of that.
So, no, not the coolest.
Now, I always thought that, like, maybe him.
Worf was pretty much uncool.
Always.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only time he was kind of cool, but then Patrick Stewart had to shoot him down, too, was in First Contact.
Yeah.
I mean, really, because in Generations, he's in that fucking weird outfit to get his... Yeah, and then... Yeah, it just never worked. Worf never worked.
Yeah.
Because I thought, like, before Yar killed herself...
We'll come back to this, because...
Before Yar killed herself, I thought that those two should be together.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. So let's go.
She'd have been able to take him or whatever, you know.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Because that's basically a type that Jadzia was turned into.
Yes.
But I think Jadzia would look cooler. Look, she does look cooler in the Klingon battle uniform. So I even have the toys.
Well, I mean, it's Terry Farrell, man.
Yeah.
She'd look good in a fucking gunny sack.
Right?
Anyway.
So, the next one.
And the next one, Kern, Worf's brother, Kern.
Fucking Candyman.
Who was a, yeah.
And fucking Jake Sisko.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Right?
Yeah. He was what, he acted like all the other Klingons. Mm-hmm. And Worf never could. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Right?
So he was cool.
No, he was. And, I mean, Tony Todd, man.
Right?
Great actor.
Yeah.
And, yeah, dude. And Kern was cool.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah, he's a contender. He's up there with Martok.
At the dinner and smears that caviar on the...
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, yeah, I almost had to kill your first officer for suggesting that I do something down there. Oh, it was great. And it was just said very... Like, well, yeah, dumbasses, this is how it is.
Yes. Yes.
So no, and he was a good actor too. So yeah,
really great characterization and
should have got more of him.
Yeah, I would love to see.
In fact, why didn't they have a story about Worf finding him later on?
Yeah, even like a flashback episode or something.
No, finding him in during the war.
In that storyline,
in the Dominion War,
that story when he was going through all that
after his memory was erased, and which I think that's kind of pretty weird that they did a genetic graft. I mean, if anybody could do it, fucking augment like Bashir, but I'm just saying, it just seems a little kind of weird. You know, Wayoon says that he's interested in experimental genetics too, but goddamn, that's really where you just change the gene code for somebody just because. What? Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, so
that leaves us with B'Elanna Torres.
So you need to say
so not the coolest Klingon ever. Are you kidding me? What is she even doing on this list?
Is it because she's... Now say it. No,
okay,
go through it.
No, not because she's a she. No, God, no. And the guy who played it really well. But coolest Klingon? She's not even a full-blooded Klingon. She's a half-breed. It's like she's the DEI representation on this list because it doesn't belong there at all.
So you're of the opinion.
I mean, come on, man. We got.
You've got a hero of the Empire.
But you got Gowron out there. He was cool. His eyes were cool.
His eyes were cool.
His eyes got in the role, man.
Right?
They did. He did that stare thing. He wasn't even in makeup, and that's what got him the role.
Wow.
They loved his eyes.
Yeah.
And dude doesn't look a thing like that out of makeup.
No.
But when he does the eyes,
yeah,
dude.
Well, and
then what about
what about Chang?
What about Chang? Yes.
Or Kern, Cole, and Co-op, Kang, and Co-op. Yeah.
Any of them.
And what about what?
Kang, hands down, no contest, the coolest Klingon.
Why?
Because
I hate Day of the Dove.
Well, yeah, you could hate the episode, still love the character.
And
was the shit, man.
And he has a great voice, and he did the voice of Mr. Freeze. But I like
Michael and Sarah.
But I like Core better because of Core being Core.
Yeah, I mean he's a cool Klingon.
Because and like especially when
he was. He was a little on the devious side, and a little, he was totally John Colicos, man.
Yeah.
For days.
So that's why he's... I mean, from the first time you see him in Deep Space Nine in the now times, not the before times, because he only showed up once. I think there was only one other Klingon that showed up on the show, and they never found him. From the one with Julie Newmar. What was that one?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck was that one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
With the sideburns.
Yes.
Chops.
Yeah, why wasn't he never showed up again?
Yeah.
He could have been a Dahar master too. Anyway. So yeah, I just gotta go with Core. Why isn't Core on this list? Or why don't they do like round one, round two, and then the next those who win that get into a super battle of
do like an elimination, like take the ones from the polls and move them forward, and see who we can determine is the coolest Klingon,
because that's what we're doing in our polls. Well, at least the ones that are part ones or part twos.
Yeah, we're starting polls on our page. We're going to be doing once a week on Saturdays, at least to get it started.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of different ideas. And it's not just going to be Star Trek, Star Wars. We got a lot of stuff we're gonna be delving into with polls.
So I'm just thinking, why didn't they do that kind of thing where it's elimination rounds? Or whoever gets the highest percentage.
Well, yeah, especially something like this when you've got so many to choose from.
Yeah,
and you're limited to only 4 per poll.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go with. And what about Christopher Lloyd's Klingon?
Kruge.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like his baby blue bridge design, but that's not his fault.
Yeah,
he was a psychotic Klingon.
Yeah.
He was like the culmination of all the TOS Klingons.
I really wouldn't put him up there as the coolest.
But he should be in the...
He was a Klingon douchebag is what he was.
But he should have been in the running.
But he could be on the list, yeah. Before B'Elanna any day. And speaking of DEI tokenism, Worf was a token.
Oh, totally.
Especially in season 1.
Yeah, because
he was the token Klingon because they didn't even have a job for him. He was just there to be there.
Yeah, he was he was worse off than Sigourney Weaver.
Yes. Yes. In Galaxy Quest? Yes. I mean, at least she had a job. She repeated whatever the computer said.
Yeah.
It was a job. That's the description. What was Worf's job description? Until Yar left the show, they put him in the chief of security, but he was just there to be there, like Roddenberry just wanted to throw this Klingon into the series, but had no idea what to do with him or what he was going to be or do. And Michael Dorn was really good though, the character did develop over the years.
Yeah, I think the son really kind of hobbled him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Kalar and.
Right?
That whole thing was...
Yeah. No, go into that. Go into that whole thing, because you got a problem with it. So.
Well, it just...
Because she was kind of a snooty, liberal, feminist Klingon woman?
Yeah, that, and and Alexander was just this little...
Snot!
Just...
Shithead!
Yeah.
Absolute shithead!
Yeah. I'm not going to say it because it's too personal, but it reminds me of some people that I had in my life at one point. But no, and if you know, you know, and if you don't, that's enough said about that. Wow. Anyway, oh my God, but no.
So back to B'Elanna, just no.
Just no.
So out of this list, who would it be? I'm gonna have to go with.
I'm gonna say a toss up between Martok and Kern, and I'm leaning toward Kern.
Oh, I know Martok.
And Martok was cool as shit. He was,
especially in
J.G. Herzog, man. Yeah. He played him so well. His voice was great.
Yeah,
his demeanor, his physicality,
and
he was great.
At the end, what do you leave behind? Where he's on Cardassia and he's pouring blood wine to the admiral, and then they pour it out. It's like, and he goes Kaji Cha, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah!
Yeah, no, he was great, and.
Wow, I can speak Klingon in conversation. Oh, just say it, nerd. Conversational Klingon for you and your friends.
Don't be such a petak.
How about a rule?
Right?
Wow. So, anyway, tell us what you think of these polls, of these choices, anything
of this one in particular.
Yes,
and yeah, be sure to check us out on every Saturday. We're going to be putting up a poll of the week, and we just got our first one up,
Yeah.
and it's gotten some response.
Yes, but it's all the correct choice.
And
well, I can't even say it's a correct choice, but there are three.
So far, everyone's in agreement.
Yes, but how would you? It's like there are three like monumental choices.
Yeah,
like three really epic fucking like you got to think about it.
Yeah,
it's not a or
so far it's 100% on
for
one
for one. Yeah. So anyway,
there's not very many votes, but they're all still for the same one.
Yes, which I find funny and great.
It is great.
So
hey,
love you guys.
Yes, thanks for listening. And we're getting so close to 100, man. Please, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, just take a second and do that, and help us out. And
it's good for you, goal. Good for us, good for America. And with that, like, share, subscribe.